One lady said to me when she started living right, when she started giving her body the conditions that it needs for healing, she said she would go to the bathroom and she said it smelt like chemicals. She didn't worry because you know what she thought? I'm glad it's out. She said she experienced that for 3 years before the chemical smell got less and less. You see what the body does? It just lets it out little by little by little. And that chemical exposure can come in so many ways. And unfortunately, in ways sometimes we don't anticipate.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Barbara O'Neill. Today we're diving into an important topic, detoxification through fasting. Many of us have heard about fasting and its benefits, but did you know that it can play a significant role in helping your body detoxify? As we age, our bodies can accumulate toxins that impact our health. Fasting offers a natural way to support your body's detoxification processes and improve overall well-being. In this lecture, we'll dive into how fasting works, the science behind detoxification, and practical tips for incorporating fasting into your routine safely. So let's get started.
What is fasting? Fasting basically, in the dictionary, says absence of food. Now, food is eaten to give nourishment to every cell in our body. So what happens when we don't fast? Now, as I showed you yesterday, when we went inside the cell, here is the cell, and we have the pathways. We looked at the 20-step pathway, and this 20-step pathway gives us 2 units of energy. This is where glucose goes down. The end result of the 20-step pathway is a chemical form of glucose called pyruvate. Pyruvate is the chemical form of glucose that gets fed into the 8-step pathway. And this 8-step pathway delivers to us 36 units of energy because of the presence of oxygen. Whereas this pathway, no oxygen. So this is your glycolytic pathway, and this is the mitochondria Krebs cycle pathway. We also looked at the fact that the body also stores glucose like little molecules, just like a little bunch of grapes really. Looks like a little bunch of grapes, but they're little molecules of glucose sitting in the muscle cell particularly, ready to be plucked when no food's coming in. And we also looked at the third place that the liver sends glucose when we eat is as the fat cells. And the fact is that we can go periods of time without eating because we've got these backups. We've got our glycogen stores already in our muscle cell. We've got our fat stores. So we can go periods without eating because there are stores in the background. So what happens when you fast? Well, one type of fasting is absence of food for a period of time. And we look in the Bible, when Israel was being challenged, often the king would go through a period of fasting and he'd get all the people of Israel together and they would fast and pray, asking God to intervene because the enemy was too big and too great. And there are some amazing stories of how God did that. But often fasting was chosen. You see, 1,200 calories is required to digest a meal. So when you're not digesting a meal, all that blood and energy is going to other areas. And because the brain is headquarters, capital city of the human body, when you need to do some intense thinking, and I guess when Israel was in trouble and they were praying and pleading with God for wisdom, for intervention, then all their body's energies, the body's energies that usually go with digestion were able to go to brain function, help clear mind. You see, when they weren't eating, the body started plucking the glycogen stores and started eating up the fat stores. So fasting has been used for that, but fasting has also been used as a way of healing the body from certain diseases. You see, when you're not digesting, and your brain's not going into intense brain function, the body basically says, wow, this is great. We've got a little bit of extra energy here. We can go to the areas of greatest need. And at our health retreat, our guests go through 2 days of fasting. And in those 2 days of fasting, we give them juices, because juices bypass digestion. Well, basically, I think digestion takes about 10 minutes. And what happens when you're bypassing digestion? All that blood and energy goes to areas of greatest need. It can be likened to what happens when you're on holidays at home. When I'm on holidays at home, I go to the areas of greatest need. So every day I sweep the floor, I do the dishes, I make the bed, I wash the clothes, but there are little areas in the house that I look at and I think they can wait. Maybe some papers are piling up in a corner. They can wait. They're not a priority. So when I have holidays at home, I go to those areas of greatest need. You see, the body knows what to do. It knows how to heal you. God put that amazing process inside the body. And when you're fasting, the body basically says, great, we've got a little bit of extra help now. We can go to those areas of greatest need.
When the body isn't occupied with digestion, it reallocates energy to other essential functions. One of the significant benefits of fasting is autophagy, a process where the body cleans out damaged cells and regenerates new ones. This process can help prevent or manage various diseases, including some cancers, neurodegenerative disorders, and infections. Autophagy is like the body's natural recycling system, allowing it to remove unnecessary or dysfunctional components, which can improve cellular health and longevity. Additionally, fasting can lead to improved insulin sensitivity. When you fast, your body becomes more efficient at using insulin, the hormone responsible for regulating blood sugar levels. This can be particularly beneficial for people with insulin resistance or those at risk of developing type 2 diabetes. By improving insulin sensitivity, fasting helps in maintaining stable blood sugar levels and reducing the risk of metabolic diseases. Fasting also promotes better brain function. The process stimulates the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that supports the survival of existing neurons and encourages the growth of new ones. Higher levels of BDNF are associated with improved memory, learning, and overall cognitive function. Fasting might even help protect against neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's by reducing oxidative stress and inflammation in the brain.
Phase 1 of the liver detox is where the liver takes this fat-soluble toxin, I've made a little symbol to make it a little easier, and it breaks it down to a metabolite. Metabolite simply means the first stage of metabolism or the first stage of breakdown. And this metabolite is more toxic than it originally was. It creates a lot of free radicals. This metabolite is highly volatile, and this metabolite creates a lot of free radicals, and free radicals are damaging to the tissues. And you might make the comment, what's the liver doing? It's just created something worse than it originally was. It's a process. It's like when we clean up the garage. Halfway through cleaning up the garage, it looks 100 times worse than when we started because we're pulling everything out. Basically, that's what's happening. Now, within 36 hours of going on a fast, phase 2 kicks in. And in phase 2, the liver takes this highly toxic, highly volatile metabolite and joins it together with amino acids. The union of this highly toxic, highly volatile metabolite with the amino acids, it basically joins it together like this. It locks the highly volatile metabolite with amino acids. That creates the water-soluble state. And in a water-soluble state, it can be easily released out of the body. So the symbol for the water-soluble state is a wave in a box. Phase 3 happens in conjunction with phase 2. And phase 3 is where the liver takes this water-soluble state and basically releases it out via your sweat glands, releases it out via your urine, releases it out via your colon. You see, it is now a water-soluble state and it can be easily released out. This is what science is showing now happens when people fast. Now, your liver has certain needs at these stages. So the needs that the liver has at stage 2 is antioxidants. You see, this metabolite is very toxic and has the ability to damage us. Well, that's what the free radicals do. Whereas the antioxidants, their nickname is free radical scavengers. They mop them all up. So the most potent antioxidants are beta-carotenes. This is why when you fast today, you must have juices. And the most potent beta-carotenes is found in your orange-coloured vegetables and your green-coloured vegetables. So at our health retreats, we give mostly carrot, celery and apple juices. That's 80% carrot, 10% celery, 10% apple. And our celery is dark green because it's come out of my garden. So that carrot, celery and apple juice, very high in beta-carotenes to mop up or to help mop up these nasty metabolites while the amino acids come in and join with them to make this safe water-soluble state. Another antioxidant is vitamin C. Vitamin C is not ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is only part of vitamin C. Ascorbic acid is like the envelope that's holding all the other nutrients that makes up vitamin C. Have you ever got an envelope in the mail and opened it and it's empty? That's ascorbic acid. You might have heard of Dr. Linnaeus Pauling. He got two Nobel Prizes for his work on vitamin C. It was not on ascorbic acid, it was on the whole C. And the whole C is what you'll find in your fruits and your vegetables. So if you do buy a vitamin C, make sure it has ascorbic acid with bioflavonoids. The bioflavonoids come with the ascorbic acid to make the whole C. Another potent antioxidant is vitamin E. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble vitamin, so you'll find vitamin E in nuts, seeds, grains, legumes. What's also required at phase 2 is minerals. And minerals are found in that little bit of Celtic salt before every glass of water. Using organically grown fruits and vegetables for the juices is providing the minerals. And with our guests, we give a steam bath every afternoon. At 6 o'clock, they have broth. And broth is a lot of vegetables cooked in a lot of waters for many hours and then strained. So all the minerals out of the vegetables have gone into the water. We even put stinging nettle in our broth. Then it's strained out. The good news is you don't have to eat it. You just get the minerals out in the water. And then we put some Celtic salt in. So we give our guests every evening a broth, which is very high in minerals. Also vitamin B. Vitamin B is required. On our detox program, we always give our guests a vitamin B supplement 3 times a day. What we aim to do is nutritionally support every cell in the body. We aim to nutritionally support the liver to be able to effectively detoxify you.
In addition to antioxidants and minerals, staying hydrated is crucial during a detox. Water helps the liver flush out toxins and supports the kidneys in filtering waste. It's a simple yet powerful way to keep everything moving through your system. You might also consider drinking herbal teas that support liver health, like dandelion root or milk thistle. These herbs have been known to boost liver function and help with cleansing. Gut health plays a big role during detox too. A healthy gut aids in eliminating toxins more effectively. Eating foods rich in probiotics like yogurt, kefir, and fermented vegetables can promote good bacteria in your gut, which is essential for digestion and detoxification. Don't forget prebiotic foods like garlic, onions, and bananas, which feed the good bacteria and keep your gut balanced. It's also important to avoid things that can make the liver's job harder. Processed foods, alcohol, and too much sugar can really slow down the detox process. Instead, focus on whole foods that are packed with nutrients. Leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, and citrus fruits are especially good for supporting liver health.
Well, what's the needs in phase 3? Because amino acids are required. This is phase 1. Now we're looking at the needs of phase 2. So the needs of phase 2 are protein. Protein is required to supply the amino acids to mop up the nasty metabolites. So when we are running a detox program at our health retreats, we always serve a protein powder, especially day 2, because notice what I said, within 36 hours, phase 2 is kicking in. So definitely by the second day, protein is needed. We use a pea protein, and it's a pre-digested protein, so it's very easily digested. In fact, probably again in about 10 minutes, the digestion of the protein drink has been done. So on phase 2, when phase 2 is happening, which is day 2 of a fast, we supply 3 protein drinks. So that's 8 o'clock in the morning, and 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. On our detox days, we give 5 juices: 8, 10, 12, 2, and 4. And so on the second day, it's every second juice gets the protein, and all other juices we serve a green barley, which is very high in the beta-carotenes. What does phase 3 need? Phase 3 needs fats. What fats do is they keep the cell nice and supple and allow the process to happen. And so in our protein drinks, we give a little bit of coconut cream. We also put a bit of almond milk in. So the combination of almond milk, coconut cream, and the protein powder, that makes up the protein powder that we give to cope with phase 2 of the liver detox. This information has only been known since 2002. But as you can see by my illustration this morning, it's important information. We are dealing with more fat-soluble toxins than any generation that's ever lived on planet Earth.
To support the detox process, antioxidants are essential during phase 2. They help combat free radicals, which are produced as toxins are broken down. Free radicals can damage cells, so neutralizing them with antioxidants is crucial. Incorporating foods rich in antioxidants like berries, spinach, and kale can be very beneficial. Additionally, herbal teas such as green tea can offer a gentle boost of antioxidants and support liver function. Hydration also plays a key role. Drinking plenty of water helps flush out toxins and keeps everything running smoothly. During phase 2, it's a good idea to increase your water intake. Herbal infusions and broths can also help keep you hydrated while providing extra nutrients.
But all the fasting experts agree today that you are far better to do 2 days of fasting a week or 2 days of fasting a fortnight rather than a long fast. Because if you do a long fast, too many fat-soluble toxins are released, and that will create too many metabolites, and it can make a person quite sick. You see, if all the environmental toxins were to come out of our body right now, we'd basically all be dead. Little by little, the body lets them go.
To handle toxins effectively, intermittent fasting is often recommended. Shorter fasting periods help the body get rid of toxins gradually without overwhelming it. This approach supports natural detoxification processes and reduces the risk of negative side effects. Studies suggest that frequent, shorter fasts can boost metabolism, increase energy, and improve overall well-being. By giving your digestive system periodic breaks, these fasts allow your body to focus on detoxification and repair. In addition, a diet rich in antioxidants can support this process. Foods like berries, leafy greens, and nuts help neutralize harmful substances and support liver function. Staying well hydrated is also important, as water aids in flushing out waste products and maintaining cellular health. Combining intermittent fasting with a nutritious diet and proper hydration can help create a balanced and effective approach to detoxification.
And there are quite a few scientists today showing that fasting affects the brain. And what they are showing is that after not eating for, I think it's 24 hours, so not eating for 24 hours, the brain releases a protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor. And brain-derived neurotrophic factor is a protein that stimulates neurogenesis. So fasting not only helps to rid our fat stores of built-up environmental poisons, especially, as you saw, if you nutritionally support the body, fasting also stimulates the release of the protein, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which stimulates neurogenesis. Do you know what neurogenesis means? New brain cells. Now, this discovery was made in 1998. Up until that time, it was understood that when the brain cells died, they were gone. And that is true. Once the brain cell dies, it's gone. It cannot regrow. But under the right conditions, brain-derived neurotrophic factor is released, which causes neurogenesis.
Neurogenesis is a vital process for maintaining brain health and cognitive function. The production of new brain cells through neurogenesis can improve memory, learning, and overall mental clarity. This is particularly important as we age or when dealing with stress and other factors that may impair cognitive function. Fasting, combined with a balanced diet rich in essential nutrients, helps create an optimal environment for neurogenesis. Research suggests that intermittent fasting, which involves alternating periods of eating and fasting, can enhance the brain's ability to generate new neurons and improve brain plasticity. Additionally, other lifestyle factors such as regular physical exercise and mental stimulation further support brain health and neurogenesis. Exercise has been shown to boost levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, complementing the effects of fasting. Engaging in activities that challenge the brain, like learning new skills or solving puzzles, also promotes the growth of new brain cells. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this exploration of detoxification through fasting enlightening and useful. Remember, fasting can be a powerful tool for supporting your body's natural detox processes and enhancing your overall health. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more insights on health and wellness. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences with fasting, so leave your comments below. Stay well, stay informed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.